This is The Takeaway. I'm John Hockenberry. And forget the markets, folks. You aren't the one losing billions of dollars one day and gaining it all back the next. Think of what you'll be able to tell your grandkids if you check out, instead, the confluence of planets, putting on a rare show in the early morning sky. Right now, for the first time in more than a decade, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter all visible at once. You can catch their performance just before sunrise every morning for an entire month. Grab your binoculars, or better, Jason Kendall is here, adjunct professor of astronomy at Paterson University. How easy is this to see, Professor?
It's very easy to see. I was just out there the other morning out in Inwood Hill Park in northern Manhattan, and I was able to pick out Jupiter really easy. I was able to pick out Saturn. Mars is dull and red in the low west, in the low east. It just is very simple to see, even in the morning sky, and anyone can find it really quick.
So take your binoculars and get to high ground.
Well, I was actually able to see it from Inwood Hill Park, which is northern Manhattan, and Venus just comes up right between the buildings. But the thing is it's really, really bright. Yeah, you do need to be able to get to at least where it's flat, where you can see a good horizon, because if there's any buildings in the way, you won't see it, because nothing's above more than like 20 or so degrees. And a degree in the sky, if you take your fist at arm's length, that's about 10 degrees. So 10 fists on top of each other goes up 90 degrees. So
you need 2 fists of clear horizon. To get the full show.
The full show. And preferably if you can get out to a nice big open field. These big open parks are wonderful for it. And so you just need a good southern view. And because Jupiter is setting in the west in the morning, and then then it's actually pretty easy to see. And they're kind of in a nice line. They're the brightest objects. There's a couple of stars, Spica and Antares, which are also up, which can mistake a few people. But they seem to be in a line, and they're very easy to find.
And this is great for the Midwest because you've got that southwest sky. It's
Absolutely.
Fabulous for the South,
Absolutely.
Of course, if there's not too much haze.
Right.
But the South, they've been having, colder nights and colder mornings these days. So
the cold is actually good for stargazing.
Right.
It's fantastic. As you go outside, the cold will knock out all of the humidity from the air, and all of a sudden you've got clear skies and a nice dark background. And it's really quite beautiful. And one fun thing that I like to do, when I go out in public and talk to people about it in the public, I always have people try to determine which star in the sky is actually a planet. And the one thing I do is I say, hold your hand out at arm's length and close one eye, put your thumb up and try to cover up a star. If you move your thumb really slowly across the star in the sky and it blinks out, just goes pop, blinks out, then it's a star. But if it dims out, then it's a planet.
Well, that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because a planet in the sky is a little tiny disk. It's a very tiny disk. A star is so far away, it's like a true point. But a planet's like a little disk. So as you cover the disk up, you cover little bits of the light.
It's like an eclipse.
It's like an eclipse. A thumb eclipse, exactly.
So this is not significant in any way in the sense that it's,
dun.
Yeah, right. But it does allow you to compare the planets. I mean, you can sort of move and see the rings and see the moons of Jupiter and all that.
A couple of mornings ago, I actually was outside with my telescope in Inwood Hill Park, and I was able to see the rings of Saturn very easily. I saw Jupiter's moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, and the bands across Jupiter. The atmosphere is quite crystal clear.
And Mercury?
Mercury's
got a big M on it?
Yeah, it's got a huge M. It's labeled in the sky, so you can't miss it.
Yeah.
Actually, you got to really wait until Mercury is very far away from the sun in order to have a good chance at it. What I would suggest for people across the U.S. is go to NASA's Night Sky Network, and that's a website. JPL does it out of Pasadena, and you can find amateur astronomy clubs all over the United States, and there's somebody you can call them up and say, hey, I want to try to find Mercury with you guys at greatest elongation on February 5 and 6. Maybe you can help me.
And if you can't find a local amateur astronomer, just come to Upper Manhattan and look for the guy in the bathrobe with the crowd around him in the morning, right in the binoculars. That's
absolutely.
Jason Kendall, adjunct professor of astronomy at Paterson University in Wayne, New Jersey. Jason, thanks so much.
Thank you.